Hello guys, Zach and I here with a brand new store in front of us, and we thought about shooting a bunch of different videos and posting some blogs and doing some Robert in the corner over there doing some various things, and we thought we would just share the full experience with you guys and kind of cover it all in one big video.
The new Covenant Tulsa.
The new Covenant Tulsa.
The new logo.
The new logo.
On our shirts.
That's really the most important thing that we wanted to start with is the new logo. You guys have probably seen it by now. You've seen it on the YouTube channel. All the avatars and stuff have been changed. And we've changed it. It's new, it's fresh, it's exciting. And the reason for that is, I know there's some attachment to the old logo, which we all had as well. But the reason for that is that we have, as you can see, like a bunch of different contexts that our logo needs to be used in now. So it's a much different environment than it was 3 or 4 years ago whenever we launched the old Phoenix.
The old Phoenix.
The old Phoenix. So we needed something that could be giant and recognizable, memorable, those kinds of things. And then also like online,
or
down.
Like the little door right there.
Very tiny icon on the door, those kinds of things. And so this is what we landed on. And we love it. We think it's super cool and kind of symbolizes that circular movement that we're always trying to be a part of. They're always kind of embodying. And this entire store actually is a piece of that movement, right? So you guys have seen us, if you've been following us for what, eight years now, yep. We've been going in a big circle of evaluating ourselves, trying to find better ways to do this, making tabletop better, launching something and then evaluating it and launching something else and keeping on, just keep the wheel turning.
It's the whole idea of the Phoenix, right?
It's the whole idea of the Phoenix, Rebirth, Covenant, all of it's tied together.
All of it.
Let's go ahead and head on in and we'll give you kind of the full tour, or I don't know the full tour, but a little bit of a tour.
Well, we can't show everything.
We can't show everything.
That would be too much.
We would love to. But
welcome to Covenant Tulsa.
Welcome to Covenant Tulsa. This is the first step into the new space. We've got the X-Wing Regional happening this weekend, so we do have some extra boards and whatnot out right now, if you'll excuse that. But this is it. This is the space. It's been a long journey, a lot of things that have happened to ultimately put this thing into place. But man, it feels so very worth it. And compared to the old space, the old store, there's a lot of concepts and ideas here that have just been needing and wanting to happen for so long, and we got to finally implement them.
Yeah, it's really interesting because the original Covenant Tulsa was our first foray into physical space, physical retail.
Yeah, which is an important part of the whole thing.
You know, I mean, we post a lot of videos from there, and that's where we did a lot of filming for probably all the videos we've really ever done.
You guys have seen it's like the long tables.
The amount you learn in the first 3 months of being in a space like that is crazy, and let alone 3 years, which is how long we were over there. So this is really just the circle continuing, and it's the second version, which I anticipate a lot more circles.
Absolutely. Let's come on over here. We do have some templates. This is another thing that we just launched. We got the templates with a new logo right here, so you guys can actually get like eyes on these to see what they're looking like. Love the new logos on these and all of our products. I think when you have a much cleaner design, a lot better lines on a logo, it's way easier to get this shape on our products and the website and all those kinds of things. So it looks way cleaner, a lot easier to engrave. And we went ahead and formalized all the sizes too, so all these Phoenix logos are the same size, even though they appear on different sized templates.
And a new name.
Makes a lot of sense. Yes, squad templates to match squad tokens, mainly because we don't want to pigeonhole ourselves into having like one template line, because there could be templates coming out for other, games and whatnot that we want to support. So
yeah,
who knows?
You might imagine some of those.
Who knows what those might be?
Who knows where tabletop gaming is going to go?
We also have the streaming camera that you guys probably recognize if you've been familiar with us for very long. This is how we get our feeds into Twitch, and that's how we stream. So we're streaming every weeknight pretty much, and a lot of times on Saturdays as well. So this is our little streaming setup. We've got the playmats here, and these are our new playmats with our new logo on them.
Yep.
What's
this wild thing?
Well, we have two versions, right? So we have the basic Phoenix playmat, which is actually for sale online, and we have that on the shirt as well, which we'll show off here in a second. But then we also have the in-store exclusive playmat with the Tulsa skyline here with the Phoenix at its side. So you can only buy these guys in Tulsa, so if you come visit, it's really cool that you got something that you can kind of say, I actually went there and was a part of this experience. And then online we do also, of course, have just the other mats, which look phenomenal. It's actually the one that I'm using right now. So that's the thing. Robert, can you you want to help check me out over here?
Oh, sure. Check me out,
Robert,
sir.
check me out. Here's our big old counter. This is a new
It's beautiful.
feature compared to the old counter. It's way bigger. It's way better. Way more comfortable to be up here interacting with Robert. For instance, we got a little square stand and our little menu here that we're going to implement in a greater fashion at some point on this back wall is the plan currently.
Real estate up there.
Now, one of the interesting things you guys will notice is the fully food grade stainless steel sink and 3-tub and the whole thing. That is because we are currently working on getting taps installed in place. So we are going to have beer. We're going to have some nice beers here. We think that's another part of the experience that could be really awesome for anyone coming in to play some games, want to sit down and have a drink too. I think that's really one of the best things that you can do.
We love beer.
We do love it. We got a little oil diffuser over there to make the counter smell nice. We've got the basic Phoenix shirt on black, and we have those for sale online and here in store. And then we've got the Tulsa exclusive shirt.
You gotta come and get this.
You gotta come get it.
You gotta get it.
You got the shirt and the playmat, white playmat, black shirts. Boom. I think it looks really good.
So can you talk about this process a little bit? We did something interesting with these shirts.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
The fade, like gradients and fades on shirts. Like if you look at this one, or like this one on my shirt right here, it's got like a gradient and a fade going on.
Yeah,
it's like impossible.
Well, it's a super cool process. We work with some printers here in Tulsa to do that, and it's called a discharge process. And that's where you actually are physically mixing a chemical component into the ink that you press onto the shirt, and that ink eats away at the pigment in the shirt itself. So like a black shirt actually eats away the black and replaces it, sets the ink that you're putting on there into the shirt. So it's, I mean, good, if you ever had a really good t-shirt that just doesn't feel like there's nothing on top of it really, you don't feel like that heavy ink sticking out, that's probably how it was done. And I've always been curious, what is that? And we talked and we got that sorted. So
we figured it out.
Yeah, that's the way all of our shirts are, which we could not be happier about. So that's all this. More exclusive Tulsa stuff. To encourage everybody who's watching to visit. First of all, we have product displays. Now, in the old store, we didn't really display products too much, certainly not to this extent at all. Robert, you can vouch for that, of course.
Leave the displays on the walls.
Yeah, but when we were setting up the old store, we didn't have the space and we didn't have the experience and I would say the resources to do it the way that we wanted to do it. So this is the first kind of incarnation of our vision for product display. We've got all the products in a very nice fashion. Hopefully you can see that there at home online, that it's like, oh, I want to go touch that and buy it. We also have all of the packs here. We've got kind of the latest packs for these games, the LCGs in Doomtown that we support. And we got those laid out in a nice way. We got the pegboard nice and framed with our wood color on the outside, and everything hopefully is kind of disappearing back in there, because the last thing you want is like this just obvious pegboard with stuff sticking out of it.
That is the goal.
All the sleeves that we sell, various other things. Of note are the Tulsa exclusive target locks for, compatible with X-Wing. And these are for our squad token line. So you have the TUL, which makes sense because the abbreviation of Tulsa, TUL. You got it. And then we also have our tags here on the data token line, and they have the Tulsa skyline up in the top right as a readout, and then our GPS coordinates for the store here in Tulsa. So you can only get those here in the store. Yeah.
It's not like if you were playing against someone, they may not even notice.
They wouldn't even notice.
But like when they do, that's my favorite kind of anything.
Oh my goodness.
It's like you wouldn't notice until you do, and then it just hurts you how good it is.
And we love that.
Yep.
So if you're coming in for a regional, if you just come in to visit, there's some awesome stuff, and we'll continue to kind of expand those offerings to make it worth your time to come in and visit us and actually see what this is all about. Yep. Let's move into the top 8 room. We need to rename it.
I've been calling it Studio.
They wanted to call it the Chamber at the Netrunner Regional.
Yeah, it was intense, man.
Because Tim gets in there and locks the door, and it's like, all right, it's time to play some Netrunner.
He's like, last dude standing leaves.
We got the TV hanging here, and that's important because not only is it pummeling you with advertisements, but more importantly, it actually contributes to this room, which we're about to go into. And we are in the middle, like I said, of the X-Wing Regional this coming weekend. So we are actually building all of our X-Wing boards, the extra ones that we need right now, and that's kind of an inside look at this process. But this is extra gaming space, and it also is a way for us to kind of make a top 8 or VIP area for players. So whenever the X-Wing top 8 or top 4 is starting this weekend, we can close this door off. You don't have the noise and a lot of the stuff from outside. Once the tournament ends for most players, it gets loud and people are talking, and the ones who have to still compete can come into a nicer space. And you'll notice this camera here, which not only allows us to stream between 2 games during the day, which we were doing during the Netrunner Regional, but it allows us to broadcast whatever is being captured here out onto that TV out there. So what we were able to do with Netrunner and what we're going to do with X-Wing, and as we're going to kind of continue to elevate this thing, is being able to spectate this game in here from an audience out there, which is awesome, right? You can come in here, you've played in a long tournament, you sit down with your friends and you want to talk about X-Wing anyway, you want to talk about whatever game you played that day, and you're talking and you're watching on the TV literally the top 8, top 4 finals from the tournament you just participated in, and you're able to say, man, I think he's going to take a 2 right here, or man, he should run that server and here's why. And we've got this thing almost soundproofed to make it where you can yell and scream. We're still working on that aspect of it, but that's the intent, is to kind of allow spectators to enjoy the end of the tournament without being crowded around a table, and with a little bit more freedom to act and to yell and to get excited. So it's been super successful so far, and we're going to keep playing with it and keep pushing it forward. Get these X-Wing boards built. Let's go to the final caveat. We could go to the bathrooms, but I think they're super nice, but I don't think you guys need to see them necessarily.
Well, come to Tulsa.
Come to Tulsa and check out the bathrooms.
That's the last real reason you need to come here.
Here is what we've dubbed the casual area. You'll see above it are some JBL subs that we also have in the store, which I'm exceptionally happy with, as well as 8 satellite speakers. But this is the beginnings of a more kind of casual space in the store. We got a table that we're going to be putting in here, and we might even get a 3rd chair. We've been talking about getting another piece in there. And it's kind of nice. It's got a different floor, just kind of separates the space. And this is great because you've got outlets if you want to sit on your laptop and just kind of hang out during the event, or if you're just coming in on a Friday and you just want to sit down and relax, then this is available to you. And it's also nice for spouses or friends who come into the store and maybe a couple of you are amped about it, and then somebody's like, well, I just kind of want to do my own thing. They can come over here in a nice, comfortable spot. Everybody is welcome, and just lay back and enjoy the vibes. It's really, really cool. Yeah, and also have a beer. And the ceiling here is not even finished yet. We still got a lot of work to do up there. It needs to be painted, and we got a couple more lights going in. So always more work to do. Always. Seems like.
We can always get better.
So that is a really quick rundown of the new logo, some of the new products that we have, and the new retail space as a whole. If you've been thinking about coming in for a regional, do it. We would love for you guys to come in and see us. And
pre-register.
Yeah, and pre-register, please.
If you want shiny things that you only get for pre-registering, pre-register.
And we will continue to, look at this place as a retail environment that is always to be improved upon, always to be made better, just like we're doing right now on the web end of things that has not quite made it out the door yet, but is very much on the way.
That's been a bear to ride. I'll tell you that.
It's been crazy. It's very much on the way. And all of this to say, I guess, this whole video and everything that we're talking about here, the real point of all this is to say that, you guys have been with us and supporting us and watching us as we've kind of worked through all of this stuff. The old store, this new store, pre-retail store, online only, launching our first products, launching our first shirts and playmats and all this stuff, and it has led to exactly what you're seeing here, right? We asked you for support. We've been asking you for support forever, and we've received it, and this is the result of that support. And we've got so much more on the results end coming. We're always working hard. We're always just turning that phoenix, as we talked about in the very beginning, to keep making things better, not only for people here in Tulsa. This is kind of a big deal for the Tulsa community, but also and especially for the worldwide tabletop community, which we just launched Covenant Starters. That's an element of that. We've got web stuff coming, and beyond that, there is nothing but great plans for everything that we can do.
And some awesome video content and non-video content.
Yeah, it's getting knocked out. Like that is about to get real good. So thank you 1,000 times for the support, and we wanted to really show you that it's tangible. Like it has led to things, and you can come enjoy it. And if you can't come to Tulsa, then keep an eye out on teamcovenant.com and the YouTube channel and all of that, and the Twitch stream, everything that we're trying to do to get everyone who's not in Tulsa a part of this thing. So you guys have anything else to mention? Did I miss anything?
Just thanks. A million thanks. I can never say thanks enough. We say it a lot, but like
we try.
I
we try to
think
say it enough, but
thanks.
we can't.
Your support has been phenomenal, and it really, like, looking back. I mean, we were talking the other day in the office in the back about things that we were doing 2 or 3 years ago, and it was just like that was only 2 or 3 years ago. And I mean, like our first. I know unboxings are a topic right now online, or our lack of doing them. But, we posted our first one less than like 2.5 years ago. And like, just thinking back to everything that's changed and all the support we received it's really mind blowing. So I'm really excited to get the website updated. I cannot believe that anyone buys anything from us. Still blows my mind that people from all across the world do it. But I really appreciate it. And we would be nothing without our community. So thank you for that.
Yeah. So thanks, guys. This has been the new Covenant experience out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Thanks for joining.